Hi, welcome to the show, Constitution Then and Now. You know, I don't know about you folks, but I'm sick and tired. Right up to here, I've had it with all this foolishness about guns, right? And the right to keep and bear arms doesn't mean me, right? I'm here in the state of Massachusetts. That's where I'm doing this from, the state of Massachusetts, where liberty started, where the Tea Party began, where the Revolutionary War began. Okay, over there, right down the street here at Breeds Hill, where it all began. Just behind me are some of the founding fathers are buried. Just behind the church that's behind you where the founding fathers are buried, just behind there are cemeteries where a lot of brave men died. And you walk up and down this city. I'm broadcasting this in the city of Quincy, up and down here. Nothing but historical people, historical cemeteries and everything else where people died to give me the right to keep and bear arms, gave me the right for freedom of speech, gave me the right to be secure in my home and my papers, gave me the right. And they also gave me the right to fight to keep it. And that's what I'm going to do. And I hope that you're going to do the same thing. I hope you're going to fight to keep your rights. And anytime anybody tries to take a right away from you, you ought to be pretty upset about it, which I am. And I'm sick and tired, for one American, I'm sick and tired of constantly being labeled as a bad person because I own a gun. All right? The hoops that I have to jump through in the state of Massachusetts to get a gun is unconstitutional. I don't believe I should have to get a permit. A permit means when you tell somebody they have to get a permit to exercise a right, we've gone too far. I don't commit the crimes. I shouldn't have to do it. Let me tell you something, folks. Let's discuss it. Let's discuss the Second Amendment. All right? Let's discuss it. Second Amendment. Here it is. A well-regulated militia, comma, being necessary to secure a free state, comma, the right of the people to keep and bear arms, comma, that means me, all right, shall not be infringed. That means me. And if I wanted to belong to a militia, that meant me, all right, and being necessary to secure a free state, that meant if I wanted to be part of the militia and I wanted to help to secure the free state, that meant me. Why is it that the First Amendment and the Fourth Amendment, all right, even though it is under attack all the time, even the ultra-liberals will say, you have a right to freedom of speech, even though they're taking it away, folks. They're taking it away, all right? But their argument is you got a right to freedom of speech. And they say the Fourth Amendment. They say you got a right to be secure in your home and your papers and all that other stuff, all right? Why is it when they say those two mean you, okay, and they say the Second Amendment does not mean you, it means militia only, all right? The first, the fourth, and the second are the only ones that have the word people in it. So if the first has people in it, it means us. And the fourth has the people in it, it means us. Then doggone it, the Second Amendment means us. And doggone it does. All right? You see this book, folks, ladies and gentlemen, you see this book right here? This book was written right after the United States became a country. This book was written in the late 1700s. All right? This book is The Laws of Massachusetts. The Laws of Massachusetts, okay? Here's what they said about, here's what the people back then said about the Second Amendment, okay? This is not what I'm reading out of this book, but this here is about, I'm sorry, this book is from the Massachusetts about the militia and all the laws, and they exclusively said in there, in the militia part of it, in a certain, I think it was section 27 that says, you have a right, if you want to join the militia, bring your own firearm, musket, or pistol. Enough balls are part of the fit that firelock, musket, and pistol. So if you're telling me that it only meant the militia, but they're telling me in the state of Massachusetts in the late 17 and early 1800s, all right, that in order for me to be part of that militia that you're claiming it doesn't cover me now, all right? If you're telling me that, when they're telling me in order to join it, I got to own a firearm. Yeah, all right, here. This here, folks, is another book that I have, and that's what it is. This is a carbon copy of it because the book is very frail. I don't like taking it out. But that's the cover of the book. It just says the Constitution. It's a blue book. It's about the same size as this one. All right? This book was printed. In fact, I gave a copy to one of the attorneys there, Hal Holbrook, who did the was one of the lawyers for the Heller case. I gave him I had 2 copies of it. I gave him one. This book was written by the United States of America, by the United States of Congress, United States of America for Congress. It wasn't written for sale in the stores back then or anything else. Okay, it was just written for, and judges were given it, and through all of this here, it goes, people that had seen it, like the vice president at the time, Judge Dallas, the Supreme Court judges, all the congressmen, all the Supreme Court, all judges got a copy of it. It broke down the Constitution, folks. Mike, I don't know, Pete, if you could bring that just in quick a little bit so I can show them a little bit. I don't know if they're going to pick it up. But it broke down the Constitution, right, from A to Z. All right? And I'm just going to read you some of the stuff on the Second Amendment that have gone through this. All right? You start on A. Okay, you go down here, and there's many sections here that says arms and armies and everything. But here's a part on arms. All right? Now get this. It says arms. All right? Now remember what the Constitution, the Second Amendment says. It's right here. A well-regulated militia being necessary to secure a free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Okay? That's what they're saying now that it means. Okay? Listen to this. Under this it says arms. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. That's all it says. It doesn't say a well-regulated militia or anything else to secure a free state. It says arms. And remember, folks, this was used. Like, this wasn't written by some author or anything else. This was written, paid for by the United States government in 1800, okay, for the express use of all the Congress, all of your local legislators, United States Senate, the President, all the judges, everybody, right? Hey, arms. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. See Second Amendment, it says, okay? I'm not making this stuff up. You go to this page. Now, you go to page 67. It says, free state, a well-regulated militia being necessary to secure a free state. The right of the people to keep their arms shall not be infringed. A free state. They're talking about a militia. Again, in the Massachusetts book, it says if I wanted to be part of that militia to help with the free state, I had to own a gun and come there with it. And show up on the first Tuesday of every month, the first Tuesday of every May to be checked out. All right? And I'm going to run out of time here. But it goes on and on and on here. And it says people. Here we go again, before I run out of time. People. The word people, under P. People. It says here again. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. See the Second Amendment. Okay? It doesn't say a well-regulated militia being necessary to secure a free state. It says the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. That's all it says. That's the only part of the Second Amendment that this gentleman, that these people that got together and wrote this for Congress and for the judges and everything back then, thought they had to be in there when you used the word people. When they worked on the second, when they went to the Second Amendment for it, because it's people here for all the amendments that they needed. Right? When they got to the Second Amendment and they used the word people, they said it only means the people, you and me. Okay, and that's all it means. Again, here, persons. Okay, persons or people. Again. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. It doesn't say Second Amendment. It doesn't say a well-regulated militia being necessary to secure a free state. It says people or persons or people. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. That's all it says. That's all they put in there because they already had a militia. You already could join the militia. They were talking about your rights, your liberty, your freedom. That's what they were talking about. I can't do anymore. Shut it off. These people, they don't care anyways. Shut it off.